In this video, it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna show you the exact design I'm gonna tell you the presentation template outline that I use. In this video, I am going to show you the design presentation template that I use in delivering design presentations in $5 million homes. You don't wanna miss this. I remember when I first started my firm and I was so nervous to go to a design presentation meeting. You know that I literally had someone tell me once, "This is all you did?"
Ouch.
Oh my gosh, I was devastated. And they said, "This is all you did?" And what I had done took me hours and I stayed up really late working on it and I had worked for days. So what I discovered through some trials and tribulations, if you will, is the importance of having a template. Now, this template that I'm about to show you is literally what I use today to deliver design presentation meetings to $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 million houses. And you know what? It's good. And you know what? It works. And you know what? It delivers excellence and people love it. Okay, so let's jump right in. So the thing that I want you to really understand is that it's not just enough to present design. It's not just enough. There's gotta be some infrastructure around it. So here's number one, the first thing that you're gonna do in a design presentation meeting. When you sit down with the client, the first thing that you're gonna do is tell them what you're about to talk about and how that fits into the overall big picture of the project. For example, "Hey, dear client, today we're gonna talk about mood boards, and the mood boards are going to be what's gonna set the stage for us to next meeting talk about renderings." All right, so the second thing that you're gonna do is now move into I'm sorry. Beep, bop, boop. Okay. The second thing that you're gonna do is move into presentation. So as you're presenting, here are some really, really important things I want you to keep in mind. Every design presentation should feel like a continuation from the one before. So just like I said in step number one, that you tell them that what you're talking about, how that fits into the overall picture. Well, in this design presentation, let's say that you're showing them renderings. You want to first start by showing them the mood boards that you had talked about in the last meeting. So remember, dear client, we had talked about these 5 mood boards. Well, these 5 mood boards are now showing us these 5 renderings. Then you can show them the 5 renderings, which should, here's the other important thing, be an equal branding exercise as the one before. What I mean is, consider using templates for the way that you show things. If your mood boards had a title block on the bottom, the renderings could also have a title block on the bottom. If your mood boards had a logo on the top left, the renderings should also have a logo on the top left. This kind of stuff is very important in creating a brand experience for somebody. The other really important thing to consider when you're presenting is, can you give the person the information in terms that they find important? For example, if I were to show you a design and say, "I went to the tile store and I picked these tiles because I like the color blue and I think that they work really well in the space and I think that blue and red are really pretty together." That's one way to do it. And the client might not feel the importance that it has for them, which weakens your selling, really. So an alternative way to okay. Okay. So an alternative way to tell that to the client is by saying, "Sally, I know that you love red, so I picked a red tile to really show red in this space. And I paired that with blue because I know that blue is the color that you love." Maybe those are not perfect examples, but I think you get what I'm saying. Okay, the other really important thing to consider when you're in a presentation meeting is how much information can you get into this meeting so that you can shorten the amount of time that it takes to get to the next phase in the project. What I mean is, in this one meeting, can you show material samples, renderings, drawings, 2-dimensional plans, and budget information? The more you can get into one meeting, the more you're able to shorten the design process, and the more you're able to deliver excellence. The third step is to ask for feedback. Now, sometimes I know that designers can just expect feedback to happen throughout the presentation, and that's fine, and it can. And this step is really important because it allows you the opportunity to repeat their feedback back to them. That is really, really important because that's going to be the way that they're going to feel seen and heard. And the more that they feel seen and heard, the more they're going to trust you to lead them into the next phase of the project. Which leads me to number 4. Number 4 in the template of design presentation meetings is have clear closure on this phase of the project. So in step number 4 is where you're going to say, okay, dear client, now we have completed the design phase, and now we are going to move into the purchasing phase, or whatever the phases look like for you. But step 4 is get clear on the close of the phase. Bonus pro tip. Always have the next meeting on the calendar before you leave the meeting that you're in. That does a lot of important things. First of all, it enrolls the client into your leadership. It also holds you accountable to be making sure that you're rolling out this project in a timely manner. And the other thing is, it often, in my experience, has shortened the amount of communication that the clients direct to me outside of project meetings. And that saves me a lot of time, which I can pour back into the design of the project and deliver excellence. Do you want to learn more tips and tricks and tools for you to grow your interior design business to be the best it can? Well, then like this video, subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I give you a tip and trick and tool on this YouTube channel. I love you. Bye.